Cases of vast population of students that are from other countries. The majority, a lot of them immigrants, a lot of them are undocumented. Many mothers, many fathers, many students themselves could fear that this random testing, in the event that they find that they are positive, could actually also could become in a subsequent deportation process. My question actually is a two-part question. My question is for the mother, for the father who are watching right now this in their homes, and will be eventually your words translated into Spanish. What do you tell them to assure them that their children, in the event that they're detected that they use cheese or they had drugs, will not be deported, or will be an opening or an excuse for deportation proceeding?
It's a very important point, and I think the fact is we can give you a very clear answer about the random drug testing, because it's been found at the highest level by our Supreme Court in the Constitution. This form of testing must be done in a manner that it maintains confidentiality between the school and the parents and the child. So this information is not shared with law enforcement. In fact, it can't be by the rules that we operate under. And again, that doesn't mean that if there isn't drug trafficking in another dimension or involvement that's outside the testing, there can't obviously be repercussions. But the drug testing, in fact, is the protected channel to allow proper medical care to be brought to a child in need through their family because of the confidentiality requirements.
Just like you mentioned, like a preventing thing like a testing with tuberculosis. And secondly and lastly, the problem with methamphetamines. Recently, this Chinese-Mexican national was arrested in Washington after he went, the commission almost $250 million in cash in his home. What is the United States doing, or is it, what is your assessment that the actions against methamphetamines coming into the United States and coming from all over the world, from Mexico, Asia, whatever, are we winning the battle? Are we losing the battle? What are we doing?
Well, I certainly think that, again, let me speak about the general situation. We have changed dramatically the production of methamphetamine in the United States. This state, as well as others, saw small toxic labs as a huge source of the explosion of use of horrible burns and children living in some of these facilities, as well as first responders. The number of small toxic lab sites has been dropping dramatically because we found the control of over-the-counter medications containing the precursor pseudoephedrine. The control was sufficient to keep them out of the hands of a number of people that were using this before. We're following up on it. We are now working more closely than ever before because of President Calderon in Mexico with the Mexican government to go after international trade. Mexico has reduced its legitimate and monitored imports of pseudoephedrine and ephedra from 270 metric tons to under 70 metric tons. They believe it's commensurate with their legitimate need. This investigation was a partnership with the United States and Mexico as never before. It took out a broker that was obviously enormously involved in the production of methamphetamine. We have now, in the last year, agreements through the UN in Vienna's Vienna office in monitoring international shipments. You're right, 3 countries produce pseudoephedrine: Germany, India, and China. And we are now monitoring and trying to monitor broker relationships in other countries and provide control. We've had great cooperation, and we also believe that the attack on the trafficking organizations launched by President Calderon recently has had the largest and most far-reaching disruptive effect on the organizations that not only produce methamphetamine, but obviously heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and are a threat to the security of Mexico and a threat to the security of Americans in the United States.
You have about 5 minutes.